Big girl to big girl, you need to stop seeing yourself as the fat friend. You know exactly what I'm talking about, bestie, okay? You're the girl who makes herself the punchline to fit in. You're the girl who laughs at jokes made at her expense because it's easier than being her. You're the one who feels invisible in groups, on nights out, or even in conversations with her closest friends. That hits deep. Let's just take a moment and digest how that label, the fat friend, makes us feel. Does it make you feel invisible, less than, like your worth is somehow smaller than everybody else's around you? Today, girlie, we're going to learn something very, very important. That label is not who you are. It feels comfortable to accept because you've worn it for so long. Maybe you've even convinced yourself it's harmless, that it's just a joke, or in some twisted, fucked up way, it's your role. But here's the truth, girl. When you define yourself as the fat friend, you're handing your power, self-confidence, and self-dignity over to somebody else whose opinion doesn't even matter in the long run. And today, we're going to take that right back. Let's dive into why this label hurts us so much. I'm going to be so honest with you. When you label yourself a certain way, it shapes how you see yourself. When you call yourself the fat friend, you start to believe that your worth is dependent on your size. You compare yourself to everyone else in the room. You shrink yourself down so you don't take up too much space. Sometimes you just want to fade into the background, and that's fine. I completely get it. And I completely understand that all of these behaviors come from a place of wanting to be accepted, to be liked, to be welcomed into groups with open arms. As I said, I get it. As a fat mixed race woman, I've totally been in situations where I've had to either shrink myself or pretend to be larger than life. I feel like in groups I have to be the funny one, or the loud one, or the outgoing one, or the overly confident one, but that's not actually who I really am. I'm actually quite shy and introverted, and I thought, at least if I can be funny, then that will just overshadow all of my other negative traits. But as I said, that wasn't really me. I was forcing myself to be somebody I thought other people would be accepting of, just to feel like I belonged in a space. And the worst part is, when we do this for long enough, it becomes the only way people see us, because naturally people will treat you the way that you treat yourself. So if you walk into a room and declare that you're the fat friend, the fat funny friend, and you present yourself in that role, that's literally the only way people are going to perceive you. But you're not a role. You're a human being, a whole human being. You're a human being with worth and value. So we really need to stop these habits that are making us fall into stereotypes, into boxes, and to be labeled as something that we're not. So let's imagine life without that label. Picture yourself in friendships, at work, on nights out, even in dating, where you show up fully. No shrinking, no hiding, no laughing at yourself so that no one else will. Instead, you start to show up as you. People notice your energy, your confidence, and they see you for who you truly are, not the jokes that you make in order to hide yourself. To begin the mindset shift, you have to understand this one thing and accept it fully for what it is. You're not the fat friend. That label no longer exists, okay? We're just throwing it away. You're a whole person with dreams, desires, and goals, and a future that has literally nothing to do with your body size. And that shift really does begin with how you talk to yourself. Start grabbing those little thoughts, bestie, when you start thinking, oh, they don't like me because I'm fat. They're probably judging me right now. I'll never be as good as them. I'll never be as pretty as them. Literally grab them and yeet them. Just evaporate them from your brain, okay? That's what you need to do. And what you're going to put in place of that are kind of thoughts like, I'm worthy. Just because I am, point blank, period, I'm worthy. I'm lovable. I'm respected. People love me for who I am, not what they think I am. And also, when those thoughts pop into your head, you need to start asking yourself, what can I do to help myself today? How can I stop these thoughts from happening? What's one step I can do to make myself feel a little bit better and to pull myself away from that negative energy and that negative mind space? Self-worth isn't just about numbers on a scale, or how many likes you got on your Instagram post, or how much attention you get from friends or guys in a club. It's about knowing deep down that you deserve love, health, and happiness for you. So a few steps I have taken in the past couple of months to strip myself of the fat funny friend label is to completely drop the self-deprecating humor. Like, I used to joke about myself constantly. If there was a work due, or if I had a group of friends who were going somewhere and doing something that involved like movement, I'd say, oh, I'd meet you there because I wanted to take public transport. Like, I didn't want to walk for 20 minutes. Or I just outright say something like, me, exercise, that's not big girl activities. And people would laugh, I would laugh too, but deep inside I always felt like I was reinforcing the idea that that my body was the punchline. And when you stop doing that, it's a very powerful thing. When you speak about yourself with respect, when you let your confidence show, the whole room will shift. People will take your lead. Their perceptions of you will change. So just stop belittling yourself in the form of humor. It's not healthy. It doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. All it does is reinforce negative ideas about yourself and also encourages other people to see you that way. We don't want that anymore. No, 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 no. The second thing I've done recently is to redefine myself in relationships. So I stopped boxing myself into the fat friend category. I started to learn that my value in a friendship has literally nothing to do with my size. It's all about your personality and what you have to offer to the friendship. Maybe you're a supportive friend, maybe you're a loyal friend, maybe you're a great listener, maybe you're creative, or maybe you're banging problem solver. Maybe just your presence alone brings joy to people. You need to start picking something that your friends love about you and start labeling yourself as that friend. I check in on people a lot. I always send my friends texts just saying, how are you? What are you up to? How are you feeling? And so through that, I've labeled myself as a caring friend. I don't necessarily know if my friends think this about me, but that's what I choose to label myself as. Instead of the fat, funny friend, I am a caring friend because I feel like I am, and that makes me feel 10 times better than just being someone's fat friend. And number 3, I have really begun to practice self-love. So cliche, but girl, it's got to be done. But this year I've really learned that self-love is not just like this a weird little phrase that we say. Self-love is not just about looking in the mirror and being like, oh, I'm pretty, oh, I'm so great. It's about actually showing yourself love. It's way deeper than anything aesthetic. It's about setting boundaries with people, letting them know that, no, I'm not going to fit into your little box of the fat friend anymore. And also, if they don't accept that, you need to find a new group of friends like yesterday. Yeah, you don't need to be around those people. Self-love is also eating a way that nourishes your body. Yes, eating McDonald's might taste fucking fantastic for like 2 minutes, but does it make me feel great for the rest of the day? No. Will an avocado? Hell yeah. Will an egg? Yes. Self-love is also about wearing clothes that make you feel comfortable. Yeah, we all want to look sexy and follow trends sometimes, but also being comfortable and allowing your body to breathe and just sit how it is a form of self-love. It doesn't have to be a pleasing outfit to anybody else's eye. As long as it is to yours and it feels comfortable in your body, that's all that matters. And also, as I said previously in this video, self-love is choosing to speak to yourself kindly, even on the hard days. Okay. Also really important to remember that self-love is not just like a light switch. It's not just going to flick on and off, on and off. It's not just going to happen for you one day. It's something that we really have to practice and almost teach ourselves as if we're a child. Because if you struggle with self-confidence and understanding your worth, that's probably something that has never been taught to you or never been demonstrated to you. So really just take the time to sit down, identify what self-love is to you, and start practicing those behaviors. Start showing your body and yourself the love that it never has received. When you begin to practice self-love, the easier it gets. Okay, I promise you. So big girl to big girl, stop handing your power over to a label that was never serving you. You're not invisible. You are not the fat funny friend in season 3 episode 12 of somebody else's life. You are the main character of your own story, and you get to decide how you're perceived in this world. So imagine that girl that you want to be and start living like her, because there's no reason why you can't be her. Thank you for being here with me today and listening to me yap. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love, Tia.